Hello, Us. Us, Claudio. Have we got sound? Can you hear me at all? It's just you and me, Claudio. Us. Hello. Are we getting sound now? I'm still getting used to this new setup. Us, Frederick. Oh, good. Got good sound. Thanks. I had to shut down, changed browsers. I'm having a problem with the normal browser. Us. I'm so sorry, everyone. Daniel, Marco, Dave. Good to see you, Frederick. My apologies. Please forgive me. We wasted another 15 minutes. Us. How are you, Mike? Good to see you, Us. Yeah, looking good with this Father Christmas beard coming along. Who would have ever thought, eh? So, hi everyone. As you can tell, I'm sitting up. I'm not down in the dojo today. I know I was going to do a training session, particularly because Sensei Mike asked if we could do some kata, and I was going to work on some kata. But just a couple of things that have happened in the last 24 hours I really want to share with you. Okay, so thanks for coming along, everyone. I'll just keep chatting with you whilst we're waiting for a few more people to come along. I think we lost some people there, but that's okay. I hope everyone's well and safe. Got my Phyto t-shirt on. Look, Dave Casarella and Judd. Good on you guys. But here we are. Dan Casarella. I said Dave. Dan Casarella. Us, Brad. Good to see you, Mike. I like listening to. Yeah. Look, I'm so sorry. I've still got this thing here. I got driven. I was training the other day with someone. The young kids have no respect for elders, and they just picked me up and drove me headfirst into the mat, and I took my skin off, and it's taking a while to heal, which means I think it was a bit deeper than I thought. Also, everyone. So I hope you're all well. Look, as you know, the book is occupying my head, and it's really filling me up, filling the headspace up. But it's good news because the sample, which was meant to arrive about a month ago, is arriving now. I have a tracking number, and it's arriving, I hope, before next Friday. So what I'm going to do is next Friday, I'm going to have an opening. I know it sounds funny, doesn't it? Do you know that the number one YouTube channel is this little kid who does toys, and he does openings. He opens the toy box, and everyone tunes in and watches this kid. I don't know if it's very healthy. It tells me that everyone in the world wants the toy but can't afford it. And he gets there and he does these toy openings, and it's the number one YouTube channel. So next week I'm going to have a toy opening. I'm going to open the box. I hope that when they send it, the box isn't too covered up with customs documents and everything, because the box that we've created for the book is really, really special. And so next week, next Friday, I'm going to do an opening of the box, and I think it'll be really exciting. But the other news, of course, is that I know a lot of people are wanting to get the book for Christmas. Yeah, he's making millions, all right. He sure is. This little kid, he has his life sorted out. He's making plenty on YouTube just by showing people presents, gifts that he opens. Some of those YouTube channels are crazy. It's a different world now. So in one respect, it's going to be exciting next week to open up the box and see the book. The downside, of course, is that originally the book was meant to be completely ready and in my hands by the end of November. Now I doubt if it's going to be in my hands until the end of January, unfortunately. So what I've done is I came up with this great idea. I know that a lot of people wanted the book for Christmas. So you can't say to somebody, look, I'm getting you this book, but it won't be here for another 4 or 5 weeks. So can you wait? So I came up with this idea, and I printed this thing. And check this out. I think you'll love it. This is, see the gift card? This is my Budo Karate gift card. So that's the front of it. Us, Torbjörn. I'm so sorry. I think it's an issue with the computer. I might have to start doing live streams from a different computer. That's the back. So you see the card, it's a Christmas card, but what it is, it's designed to look like the book, the front and back of the book. And it's come out beautifully. Of course, Willie, the legend Willie Schultz, has made it. And that's the front gift card. And then when you open it, you can see there, someone thinks you're special enough to I was trying to read off the screen backwards and upside down. Someone thinks you're special enough to own your personal copy of the Budo Karate of Masayama. The new second edition, with a foreword by Dolph Lundgren, was due by now, but COVID has, I wish you could see me trying to read it backward, has affected the supply and delivery line so badly that it won't be available for the new year. But don't worry, this gift card means that as soon as they are ready, you'll definitely be getting yours. So congratulations, all the best. So this is, and then it's signed. So it's what I just thought I had to do something because it was due for Christmas, but now people aren't going to get it for Christmas. So instead, what I'll do is whenever anybody orders one as a gift for somebody, I'll send them this. I'll send it blank. There's a line there. You see, they can put their name and they can put a message up here, and they can send this for Christmas instead, knowing that the person who get it will get their book as soon as they're ready. And I think it's really beautiful. It's come up really nicely. Every time I come up with a really good idea, I just speak to Willie and he turns that idea into magic, and I'm really excited. So there you have it. This is the gift card, and it comes in its own envelope as well, and I'll send that out for everybody. Brad, yours are on the way, buddy. My friend Brad Hansen, he's ordered some books from America, and I've already sent his gift cards. They should be on the way to his house. Well, they are on the way to his house right now. So isn't that beautiful? I think that's a really nice card, and I really think I wouldn't be surprised if they become really popular, because I have some beautiful postcards from Sosai's day, and he made some postcards for different events, and they've become real collector's items now. And I love the way this is, you see that half tone of the kanji there, and also the half tone of the kanji. So it's a spitting image of the front and back of the book, and when you open it, it's the card. I love it. I love the way Willie has turned that into magic, as he has a habit of doing. I'll just leave that there. Another good thing is I had one person who bought the book who's seen a lot of images. I sent him a lot of images of the book, and he said that he's been in book publishing for 40 years. He's been around books for 40 years. And he said this is one of the most beautifully presented, published books that he's ever seen. So I'm really happy about that, really excited. So I genuinely, every day I'm more and more excited about the direction that we're going with the book. So all I can say is I really appreciate your patience, but I really hope that it'll be worth it in the end. That card's great. The other interesting news that I wanted to share is that I put a Facebook post last night, just before I went to bed. I put a post on Facebook saying that the website was now available for orders. It's 90% good. There's it still has a couple of issues, but the web developers jumped on it today, and I think they worked it out. But I put a message that the book is now available, and I woke up this morning and I literally got overwhelmed. From 7 o'clock until 12:30, all I was doing was going backwards and forwards, dealing with the orders, communicating with people, trying to sort things out. It's so overwhelming that it kind of temporarily broke the website, but it's pretty exciting news. The next step, of course, is to get the books. I've had orders from obviously Scandinavia, all my good friends in Norway. Torbjörn, I need to talk to you too about your idea of having a bulk order there. Frederick, of course, in Sweden. I've had some orders there, and I had inquiries about a bulk order, inquiries about bulk orders from Canada, from USA, even from Argentina, Bolivia, Brazil, UK, all over the UK. Got some really good orders from UK, and obviously all over Australia. And I had an order for 200 copies from New Zealand. So what I'm going to do is go straight to, that's the web address there, Ken. What I'm going to do is speak to the printer and just have 200 books sent straight to New Zealand. So that's pretty exciting as well. So already I think if I take into account the orders and the distribution from UK, from Frederick in Sweden, from USA, and Brad, I appreciate your offer for help. Yeah, you're right, Mike. It's not only is it fulfilling, but it's really humbling, because all you can do is just write the book and hope someone reads it. And then so when you see this happen, it's very, very humbling, and it's very overwhelming. So basically, and my good buddy Brad there, he's ordered a bunch as well for his clients and friends in USA. But overall, at this stage, I think I've got about 1,000 ordered and sold, and that includes the distribution points and everything like that. So I'm getting close to even being able to actually cover the cost of the books, if I can at this point. So that's pretty exciting. So anyway, isn't that good news? I'm pretty happy about that. I think the book, the closer it gets, the more exciting it is. And you're right, Mike. There's nothing better than to know that your work is appreciated. Yeah, I'm pretty happy, Brad. I appreciate your offer of helping with distribution in America, Brad. I think it should be okay, because my niece, yeah, no worries, Ken. Yeah. My niece in California, she's going to look after it, and I've worked out a distribution deal with her, and that way, she's just a young kid, and I'm going to pay her per book to distribute them, so she can take advantage of that and make a little bit of pocket money along the way. So I'm happy about it. Us, Michael, good to see you, man. Thanks for coming along. So us, Harry from down the mountain. So that's pretty exciting. And the book combined with the card, I really think is going to be something special. And the box, the mailing box too, I wish I could show you a mock-up, but I don't have it. But it'll arrive next week with the book. And it's just a cardboard box. You know how when you get something from Amazon, it's just a box. And I know it's just a cardboard box, but I've done it in such a way that I genuinely believe people will keep the box and store the book in the box, because the box looks so good. My only concern, of course, it won't be a Tameshi Wari box, Tigray, that's for sure. Also, Leo, and I was talking to someone this morning, Leo, about Skaza, good to see you. Leo, I had someone from Brazil contact me. They want a bulk order, but I was saying that we're looking to get it translated next year into Portuguese, Spanish, Italian, potentially Russian, and Japanese. And so that's the next step that we're looking at to go. And his comment, he's the head of one of the Kyokushin factions in Brazil, and his comment was that if we get it translated into Portuguese, it'll sell like wildfire in Brazil. So that's exciting news too. So we're jumping ahead of myself. I shouldn't be talking, Leo, I shouldn't be talking about translations quite yet, but I just need to get this one sorted. So I'm pretty excited about it. And I keep going around in circles. As you can tell, I'm like a dog chasing his tail and a kid in a toy shop, all built into one. Not really. It's a little bit different to that, Frederick. It's not the same as This Is Karate. I thought about doing that, and I will do something, definitely do something like that for the collector's edition, the large format collector's edition, which we'll bring out in about a year. That will be coming in a very beautiful presentation box. I got to tell you, Willie's quite amazing. And back in 1987, I don't know if I told you the story, but I contacted Solsai and said I wanted to come to Japan and speak to you. He said, when can you get there? Cut a long story short, I went through the story. It was quite a miraculous story that allowed me to get a ticket, an affordable ticket back then, so I could go and see Solsai. It was Thursday. I got the ticket Friday. I phoned him Friday afternoon, and I said, I want to come to Japan and talk to you about something. He said, when can you get there? I said, I'll arrive Monday night. He said, I'll see you at Hombu at Tuesday morning. So Tuesday morning, I went to Hombu and sat down with Solsai, and I said, he said, what do you want, after? And I said, I've written a book. And I didn't realize, but a few people had written books without getting his authority, and he was a little bit peeved by it. People, I've even seen people writing books in foreign languages which are 80% plagiarized from my book. And I've even seen one gentleman asked me for permission to quote my book, and I learned a lesson from it. I said, yeah, sure, just mention my name where you quote it. And he wrote in the front of the book, thanks to Cameron Quinn for a quote, and his book was 85% my book. He's smart, you see, he got a lawyer onto it, and I had given him permission to quote my book, but I hadn't clarified exactly what that meant. So he pretty well reproduced my book, and there was nothing I could do about it. And he did it as though, I don't know whether he thought he was being smart or not. But anyway, so I turned up at Solsai's office with the idea of a book, thinking that he'd be happy. And of course, he's gone, oh, here we go again. Here's another foreigner writing a book about Kyokushin. But I had gone prepared to get his permission and, of course, to seek a forward for the book. So I'd written an outline, basically the contents of the book in Japanese, and presented it to him. And then I didn't see him for a few days. And I would go around to the Power Karate magazine office, and they would normally they're very warm to me, but they were uncharacteristically standoffish. So the word was out. And then and I was due to fly back. I had a ticket on the Friday night. So on the Thursday, Solsai was going to Okinawa with his family. So we're all lined up out the front waiting to say, and he comes to me and he goes, oh, Cameron, go upstairs and speak to Vera, and then go around and speak to Inoue-san at Power Karate office, and everything's good with the book. So I went to Vera, and he'd written a forward for the book, and then I went round to Power Karate, and the doors just opened up. Solsai actually offered that I can take all his photo albums back with me to Australia and choose the photos, but I didn't want that responsibility. So I just sat there for the rest of the Friday going through, taking out the photos which are in the book. So it went from being potentially bad to really, really good. And then 6 months or 9 months later, at the world tournament, I turned up. I was fighting in the 4th world tournament, and with the help of my buddies from Australia, we took 6 dozen books over. The boxes had a dozen in. We took a box each, and then Willie. This is what I was saying. Willie is a genius. What we did was the book. I haven't got a copy handy, have I? If you take the dust jacket off the book, it's got a beautiful linen finish, gold embossed cover. Well, what Willie did was he said, get one of those embossed material sheets from the printer, and I'll use that. So we got one of those pieces of linen style card, which was to cover the cardboard book cover, and he made this beautiful, beautiful presentation box. If you could imagine a box, right? So the book is black, as you know. The book's this color with this color writing. So what Willie did is he made it by hand, a custom sized box, and he covered it with that gold embossed paper that was to go on the hardback cover. And then where you close it, he made a little tassel, one of those little tassels that goes like this with the gold tassel on the end of it. And it was stunningly beautiful. And I turned up at Hamburg, all that stuff. And Salsa said, sit down. Oh, Cameron, sit down, please. Oh, Cameron, you're a good boy. Sit down. And he shakes my hand. And then I said, and I had the book in a bag. And I said, I've got the book. And of course, he didn't know what to expect. Was it softback, hardback? Was it nicely done? Was it cheaply done? All this. And I really genuinely believe, just like I've done this one, that anything to do with salsa, I needed, it deserved to be the best it could be. So he said, oh, good. And I pulled it out and I showed him this beautiful gold tasseled, gold trimmed, gold embossed black presentation box with the book inside. I swear he looked aside because he started to cry. He's gone, oh, good. And as he's gone to take it, he's kind of done this and looked to the side for a second to kind of get his breath back, because it was such a beautifully presented box that Willie had made. Well, I never forgot that. And for the large format collector's edition, which we're doing in about a year, we're going to do a similar thing. We're going to make sure that it's got its own beautiful presentation box and everything. Now, for this one, of course, I didn't want to do that because that's going to add tens of dollars to the cost, and already it's costing so much. Printing costs so much more this time, relatively about the same. But anyway, so this time all I've done is created a mailing box with beautiful I came up with the idea, as always. Willie turned it into gold, and we've got the box. So on the spine of the box, you have the Budo Karate Masayama. On the front of it, you have this title, and on the back, there's a couple of illustrations from the book, and it just looks really nice. Yes, you're exactly right. We wanted the book and the title. Solsai came up. He was the first one to come up with those gold bars on the belt. Other styles had used gray or silver or sometimes no name at all. But Solsai came up with the idea of the gold bar because he said getting a Kyokushin black belt was meant to be like solid gold. And so we tried to reproduce that. Gold itself was not going to work on the black, so that's why we came up with this nice burnt orange. So yeah, similar. That's the concept of it. That's right. That's what we were aiming to do, Tigray, to get that feeling for it. But anyway, that's my little story about the book with Solsai and the presentation box. And this time I had to cut corners, otherwise the cost would have skyrocketed. And so the mailing box is still pretty nice. Well, that's in my head, it's nice. I haven't actually seen one physical yet because the sample doesn't arrive until next week. But the sample will arrive in the mailing box. So what I'll do is I'll actually open it on the live stream next week so we can have a look at it. But pretty exciting times. So I appreciate everybody. Your support has been solid gold, just like the stripes on the black belt. So thank you very much. It's been a long haul, but it's pretty exciting stuff. What's Clarence? Good to see you all the way from South Africa. So the orders now, it's a multi-process. I can download a file, but right now what I'm doing is every order I get a message from the website that someone's ordered, and then I get a message from the payment platform, whether it's PayPal or Stripe or TransferWise. No one's ordered with Coin yet. Coin is I'll write this down. It's an Australian digital currency called Coin, and Brad's seen a digital version. He's seen a digital version of the book because Brad very kindly did the proofreading, did the final proofreading of it. My sister Louise, who has eyes of a hawk when it comes to proofreading, and Brad did the proofreading of it. You mean for an autograph version, Mike? I did, would you believe? And I don't have them with me again, I'm sorry, but I'll double check that as soon as I finish the live stream, Mike. But Brad helped me with the final proofread, and he's seen a digital copy, and I'm really happy with it. I think we've done a wonderful job. Willie's done a wonderful job. But anyway, Coin is an Australian digital currency that's going really well. I think it's going to be one of the next best big things, and I'm accepting payments with that. And obviously I haven't had one yet because it's still fairly new, but I had a request, an inquiry today for a bulk order of 10 copies to be paid for by Coin. So I'm pretty excited about that. That's kind of cool. If you're into digital currency, if you're not, that's fine. But Coin's only for Australia and New Zealand at the moment. I'm just checking it out, what's going on with it now. But it's expanding within a month or two to go to USA and multiple countries. And I think when it does that, and it's also opening, it's becoming part of the Coin digital currency exchange. So it'll be very, very interesting. Who's Carl? We're talking about Coin, Carl. Yes, Carl is the one that made an inquiry about Coin. So that's very cool. I was just talking about it, Carl. You know, within the next couple of months, the Coin digital exchange opens, and also they're expanding to a number of other countries. So I think when that happens, it's really going to take off very, very nicely. So it's pretty exciting. Yeah, Brad, look, Brad's been solid gold. Everyone sees Brad Hanson's name there. He lives in America now, but he's an Aussie. We didn't grow up together, but we've known each other since we were teenagers. He tried to kick my butt in my Shodan grading in 1981. And I'm pretty sure that he did kick my butt in my Shodan grading in 1981. I was the longest ever brown belt in Kyokushin, I'm sure. But anyway, Brad was one of Australia's great lightweight tournament fighters. He actually fought on the same state team as Dolph Lundgren. So he and Dolph Lundgren are good buddies. He's been super helpful over the years. We've been good buddies. He was actually one of the groomsmen at my first wedding. He couldn't make it to my most recent and important one. I'm saying that because my wife is right there. um, but we've been very close for many, many years, and it's great that he played a big role in this book and really helped me with that. So he's ordered a big bulk order for America as well, and I've sent his collection of cards off. If you haven't seen these cards, Carl, I don't know if you've been there the whole time, but yeah, Carl's been involved with Coin for a while, and Coin is really going to take off as a digital currency. So if anyone's interested in Coin as a digital currency, get in touch with me. But here's the card. If you haven't seen it, Clarence, maybe you haven't. Tigray, I'm not too sure if you were here when I showed the card. This is the Christmas card. So if you want to order the book as a Christmas present, even though it won't be there in time, what I'll do is I'll send you this. It'll be blank, and you can fill in the recipient's name, and you can give that to them, and I'm pretty sure they'll be deadly excited about it. Okay. So there we have it. Look, I might wind up early, guys. Look, my apologies for the delay, but a couple of really important things that I wanted to. Yes, Damien, you may not have seen the card either. A couple of really important things I wanted to catch up with everybody on before I head off to training tonight. But there you have it. The cards are really beautiful. Willie's done a magic job again. He's literally magic fingers. The book, the mailing box and everything should be here by next Friday, and come along and I'll do a live opening of the book, and maybe my YouTube channel will go to #1. Thanks everybody. Us, Brad, good on you, man. Appreciate everything. Us, Carl, thank you. Looking forward to Christmas card as well. Good on you, Tigray. Card, look, I'll send them out to everyone who orders. I won't send bulk because I'll run out. I only had enough made that I think will cover the number of orders before Christmas. The way it's going, I think I'm going to have to order again. But anyway, everybody, thank you again. It's all coming together, Marco. You're right. Torbjörn, appreciate your time and getting up nice and early. Very much appreciated. Claudio, thanks everybody. Next Friday, I'll have the book. And if I don't, I'll be so embarrassed I probably won't even come online. Bill, good to see you, man. And Mike, also, Mike's written that wonderful book about Kyokushin as well. So make sure you look up Mike Lorden's book as well. Paul aus Deutschland. I had some from Germany too, Paul, from Hamburg. Frederick, Clarence, good on you. Thanks, everybody. Have a good weekend. I could sit here all day.